What's up everyone, my name's PlatinumHowler, coach of your Delta Gliders. Today I am bringing you the week 10 team builder for the BBR. This week we're going up against GrandMasterD.Rey and his San Diego Snugglers. You can see his team on the right side of the screen. He is a playoff contender this season. I'm not exactly sure of his exact record. I think it's either 4-5 or 5-4, something around there. So he's really desperate for wins to try to get into the playoffs at this point. We are coming off the week where we did not have a game because that was the Patty Trills week. We had the team builder, which I thought was actually a decent team. Unfortunately, we didn't get to use it. And I recorded that team builder 2 days ago. And I had very little time to recover and move on to focus on this game. And this team was literally just built in an hour, kind of just thrown together of sets I wanted to try out. And we're just going to see how it goes, basically. So yeah, let's get right into it. Volcarona, Focus Sash, lead. And I pray to God that he doesn't bring hazards because I don't have hazard removal on the team. Despite me bringing both of my hazard removers being Rotom and Sandslash, I don't have the removal move thing on either one. So how I picture this starting off is Rotom is the MVP of his team this season. I find it very interesting that he has the Rotom Arcanine defensive combo, which is the same. I had both of those mons in the IBL in season 7, and similarly, Rotom had a ton of kills for me, and it also has a ton of kills for him. It, I believe, has 11 kills, which it leads his team in kills. More kills than the DRACOVISH. The DRACOVISH actually only has 6 kills. So, if we get into a position where DRACOVISH really threatens us, we don't really have another play, and we still have this Volcarona around, preferably with its Sash intact, we could potentially fodder off our Volcarona in a last-ditch effort to try to get him Flame Body burned, which hasn't happened so far this season. I've been wanting it to happen sometimes, or hoping it would happen sometimes, but it just hasn't worked out. But with Sash, we guarantee live one hit if he doesn't have hazards or he hasn't already broken it with something else. And we have like roughly a 50% chance to burn him if he has to attack us twice to knock us out. So yeah, I'm hoping that that's the thing that might happen, because then that makes dealing with it a lot easier. Still not super easy, but definitely a lot easier. So yeah, we just have 4 attacking moves. So if he leads with the Rotom, this is how I'm picturing the game will start. He leads with Rotom. I click U-turn because he doesn't want to get hit with a Bug Buzz. And he probably goes into Arcanine, which he has brought to a lot of games as well, because he wants to go into Arcanine and do the teleport thing. So I get my Rotom-Wash in and start annoying the crap out of him, because this is substitute Rotom-Wash, which means that he has to repeatedly click Leaf Storm and repeatedly drop his special attack to be able to break my substitutes. Volt Switch from non-invested Rotom only breaks my substitute if he gets an absolute max roll. So if we get a substitute up in front of the Arcanine, then we're good to just be annoying and pain split things and sit in front of him and force him to go into something that is not Rotom to take on the Rotom-Wash. Now, preferably, I would have a way of getting a Toxic off on the Rotom, but that's just I didn't feel like running sub-Toxic Pain Split and then only having one of Hydro Pump or Volt Switch. I wanted to have both. If I had to dump one, I would have been dumping Volt Switch, but then it's like my only thing to do against DRACOVISH is status it. I have to stay in. I can't at least get a pivot out into something else that I may want. So I don't know if that's the best idea, but we'll just kind of have to see how it goes, I guess. Yeah, so annoying Rotom-Wash to try to weaken his Rotom-Mow. And then we have an annoying Trevenant as well, max physically defensive. We're actually bringing Natural Cure Trevenant this time instead of Harvest. So we can click Rest to heal ourselves. Chesto Berry is going to cure our sleep once. And then every other time that we click Rest, we switch out, and Natural Cure will allow us to automatically wake up from rest upon switching out. We also have Natural Cure because this is a decent switch into the Rotom-Mow as well. I really am going all out on the Rotom-Mow prep. I may have over-prepped for it a little bit, but regardless, this is something that I wanted to try out. So Leech Seed, everything that's not Rotom-Mow to just be an annoyance. Will-O-Wisp to try to get burns off on anything that we can't poison with Dragalge's Toxic Spikes. And then Poltergeist is the only attacking move which I'm a little wary of just because it only has the 8 PP. I was thinking about actually just running Phantom Force as the attacking move so that I would have more PP, but we're going to go with Poltergeist and hope that you know, the low PP isn't an issue for us and that we can still get as many attacks off as we need with the Trevenant. So I mentioned Toxic Spikes. I know he has a Grounded Poison in Quillfish, but you know, no guarantees that he actually brings it. His team is just very difficult to wear down, and he has often played a very long game. He's really brought a lot of bulky teams this season. So being able to get Toxic Spikes up, and if he doesn't have a way to get rid of them, they could be really clutch for us. We are mostly invested in physical defense to try to take hits from stuff like Arcanine and DRACOVISH as well. We don't die to Banded Vicious Rend because it's resisted. And then we can fire back with Draco Meteor to knock it out. You know, Sludge Wave is there because it hits most things pretty hard. Flip Turn for momentum, and the Payapa Berry is going to help us potentially be able to set up Toxic Spikes in the face of Orbeetle without being threatened out. And I also think that if DRACOVISH comes in against Dragalge, then he's going to want to lock himself into Psychic Fangs instead of Outrage. Just because I did bring the Aromatisse in the back, so he doesn't want to lock himself into Outrage, so that Aromatisse comes in for free and does a ton of damage to DRACOVISH afterwards. Okay, this is how I want to win this game. I'm going basically going all in on this Sandslash strategy right here. Finally, we found a decent matchup for Sandslash to do work, okay? Offensive Sandslash does very well here. He does not have a flying type to be immune to Earthquake. He has Rotom-Mow to be immune to Earthquake, and he has Orbeetle that resists. Everything else takes neutral damage from Earthquake, and both Rotom-Mow and Orbeetle are weak to Bug, so I can hit them with Pin Missile. Hope to God that when it comes time to attacking those two, that I get as many hits with Pin Missile as needed. I could run Leech Life, but I don't really think it matters if I... Leech Life would be good against Orbeetle, but I think Pin Missile is a lot better against Rotom-Mow because I don't need the health back against Rotom-Mow. If Rotom-Mow lives the hit for me, then he's going to knock me out with the Leaf Storm. So, I believe the speed was just enough to be outspeeding his fastest Pokemon in Sand, because I have Sandstorm and Sand Rush. So I'm going to be giving myself a +2 speed boost for 4 turns. Hopefully he doesn't manage to stall out my turns of Sand if I need if I need the speed advantage to be doing lots of work here. You know, obviously Rapid Spin for the speed boost is an option, but that only gives you +1 speed, and that just doesn't make this Sand Slash as fast as I want it to be. So, yeah, I haven't addressed the sticky web issue with Orbeetle yet, because you know you would probably want to be thinking about bringing removal if there's sticky web on the other side, especially going up against the DRACOVISH. DRACOVISH, I tell you what, DRACOVISH is the stupidest Pokemon in the game. Okay, it's uber for a reason. It's dumb. It shouldn't exist, and nobody should ever have to. I wouldn't wish upon my worst enemy trying to prep for a DRACOVISH without a water immunity, available to them, because this is the first time DRACOVISH is hard enough to prep for with a water immunity. I've played against it twice before. Both times had a water immunity. This time I don't, and I am like scared shitless that it's going to absolutely throttle me. But hopefully we just like try to keep it off the field, you know, hold good positioning in the game so that we can't allow it in. This Aromatisse spread, I really don't know. I really can't say much about it other than I made it a modest nature to try to make sure that I get a KO on DRACOVISH. This is the meme of all memes. Okay, we got dual screens to set for as many turns as possible to try to allow for Sand Slash to set up whatever it needs to set up. If it doesn't need the speed boost, then just it can get its Swords Dance. If it needs both the speed boost and the Swords Dance, then hopefully screens can help that happen. And then we have Trick Room to, you know, maybe we can do some Trick Room shenanigans. Maybe if he sets up the sticky web, maybe we can Trick Room and then go into the Sand Slash, not have to even set the Sandstorm, just click Swords Dance and then do a ton of damage to everything that way. And maybe that also opens the door for our Dragalge to win under Trick Room. You never know. And then Misty Explosion is the only attacking move, so that after we click Trick Room, we can KO ourselves and get something else like the Sand Slash or the Dragalge in to do lots of work. So that's going to be the team. It's certainly got some fun sets. I don't think that it is super good, but yeah, I definitely don't think it has as good a chance of winning as the last week's team did that we didn't get to use. But it is what it is. We're going to try to make the most of it, and if you're excited for the battle, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Yeah, if you like this team builder, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. We'll see you tomorrow for the battle.